Not a big fan of wildlife. Not a big fan of pretty much any creature on this earth besides humanity. Basically, all my life, I've been convinced by media and basically just the whole of society that, animals are cool. Animals are majestic. You know, you see an animal, like as a kid, like, when you live in a nice suburban house and you're like, damn, ain't that lovely? What a beautiful deer. Damn. And you just think, oh, so this is what animals are. They're just, you know, like something cool to look at. And, if I ever get hungry, I can go, blow the brains out of one of them and eat them. That's pretty cool. Probably, probably won't have to care about that the vast majority of my life. But you're fucking wrong. You're wrong. You're dead wrong. You see, it's easy. It's easy to look at animals that way when you're in some perfect manufactured little habitat, tucked away in your little cove, so far away from those animals. You see them for a second and then they're gone. You don't actually have to deal with them, you don't have to deal with them, and they don't have to deal with you. It's such a weird stalemate that you have where I don't know what they're thinking in their stupid animal mind, but I don't know. I've always just been like, oh, wow, cool animal, so cool. But not anymore. the wonder, I don't know, is it even wonder? What even is it? I don't think it is wonder. I don't think it ever was. The lies, the twisted lies that have been woven around animals have finally been stricken from my memory. So, I think everybody can agree that bugs are a complete nuisance. We hate bugs. We hate bugs here on the TGB channel. I'm pretty sure everybody hates bugs. It's a popular opinion to hate bugs. I don't really think there's many people alive that truly like bugs. But you know what? I'm starting to realize maybe bugs ain't so bad. Maybe they're not so bad. Bugs are super annoying, but at least you can just kill them. Like, at least you're not going to be able to kill all of them, but you can at least just squash one or two of them to take your anger out. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me just read through the script here. Don't mind me. It's not really a script, okay? I'm not reading off a script, okay? It's bullet points. Oh yeah. So bugs are super annoying, and that's mostly just because they don't really get scared by us. Sometimes you'll scare a bug and it'll go 2 feet away or something. But generally they stick around you like flies on shit. And that analogy is very poignant because I'm literally talking about insects, and flies are insects. Wow. But yeah, it's pretty annoying. Just not having animals. You're a giant towering obelisk to them, and yet they don't even care enough to leave when you're around. It's so frustrating. It's just they know that you don't have time to deal with them. You know what I mean? They know. They may not know, but their genetics know. You know what I mean? It's in their bloodline to know. And I hate that. And I hate them. But what nobody tells you is that in that way, in that annoying way, just slightly different, animals are just as annoying, if not infinitely more so. But certainly, animals are infinitely more dangerous. I'm sure we've all heard of some stupid bug with some stupid poison or something, but that's the 0.01% of bugs, and that's in some hellhole that I don't live anywhere near. to put it lightly, I don't. If you have a freaky weird bug that can suck your brains, I don't have to deal with that because I don't live anywhere fucking near that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think generally here up in North America, bugs are just a nuisance. in large numbers, they can cause a large nuisance, but that's pretty much all they can do. So, animals, on the other hand, they present the same annoying reality that bugs do, just with infinitely more danger. And I will elaborate on that, further later on, I suppose, but right now I'm just going to go into what animals. This is so stupid. I'm just like, I don't know why, I hate the way that I just did that. Like, right now I'm going to start talking about blank. I don't know, it just reminds me of like a voiceover of like a textbook or something. And now we're beginning chapter 2. You probably shouldn't criticize your own video in the video. It's probably a bad idea. People will be like, damn, this guy's right. This is a piece of garbage that I'm listening to. Probably shouldn't do that. This is probably stupid what I'm doing right now. Anyway. So yeah. The real crux of why I hate animals is just that they will basically eat any food that you don't secure in like a giant metal, like, fucking Fort Knox safe, okay? They will eat through anything. If you can, what's that stupid scale? There's like the scale of, like material, not density, but like, oh yeah, the hardness scale. If the material that you're using is beneath the material that teeth are made out of on the hardness scale, then they will eat through it. It's just a matter of time, okay? That's just how it is. I've had people tell me that the only way to keep mice out of your home is with steel wool. Just like piling steel wool into any gaps in your house. That's pretty horrific. Like, just using metal to keep out these rotten creatures. It just... I mean, just think about, like, medieval ages. Like, we didn't have metal. We didn't have poison for these animals. What a nightmare. And you hear about the Black Death. I remember hearing about the Black Death, and I'm just like, holy shit, they just have, like, rats everywhere? Yeah, they have rats everywhere. These creatures are awful. They're terrible. There's no way to fucking get rid of them without poison or, metal stuff, basically. And you're not going to waste a ton of metal just trying to keep them out. It's awful. They're terrible. Not only will they damage or eat whatever it is that they're going to eat, but they'll damage whatever is near it. Whatever, if they smell food, they'll just start eating. Not even eating, just destroying, but with their teeth. Just a twisted eating. Just eating just for the fun of it, almost. They just destroy everything, okay? I mean, it depends on the creature. You have some more discipline than others. But by and large, there's going to be some casualties, some non-food casualties. Anything even remotely near the food will get demolished, okay? And the last thing you want is for there to be no food left, because they'll still smell the food, there'll just be no food left. And then they'll just start eating anything, everything. If it's in the area, it will be... If it's in the area and it's not like a tree or a stick, it will be demolished by a flurry of teeth. Pretty miserable, pretty terrible. At least when you're dealing with bugs, they only just like slightly puncture the plastic around whatever it is, and then lightly dust a little film off of the food. Like, in comparison, insects cause just like the most minute, tiny, who gives a damn amount of damage. I mean, compare that to even like a mouse. Like, the mouse will eat everything, okay? Just it will, anything that cannot be consumed will be destroyed, okay? And it might seem nice that at least they flee when your presence is, there, right? They'll be like, oh damn, giant guy, time to get lost. You know, if you if you've just been dealing with bugs for so long, it's kind of nice to just have them be like, "Damn, that guy's a giant guy, and I should get the hell out of here," right? But you'd be wrong. You'd be wrong. It's nice until you realize, wait a minute, how am I supposed to? Because if a bug, it does something annoying and then you kill it, right? But these animals run away. So how do you kill them? You can't. You really can't. I'm sure maybe during the summer you could, because, like endurance hunting, blah, blah, blah. But there's also this, it's the most infuriating thing ever. The smaller the creature is, it's actually way harder to catch. Like, it would be infinitely easier to catch and kill a deer than it would be to catch and kill a rabbit or a mouse or something like that. It's so counterintuitive. You'd think bigger animal, harder to catch. Not true. The tiny little animals will run through the underbrush, the sticks, and in areas that you could never fit in, and they'll lose you. They'll lose you so fast. It usually takes 3 seconds, because they're also unbelievably quick. It's so stupid. If you made me 100 times smaller, you think I would be faster? No, I'd be unbelievably slow. But these guys are just hopping and skipping around. Why can't I do that? Give me giant, cool, hopping legs. Why not? It's so stupid. Why is my body made for a ruck march? It's so weird. I don't know. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but does it? Does it though? I don't know, whatever. I'm just mad that I can't scurry between stuff. That's honestly all it is. So yeah, it's the worst. They lose you instantly. And they do it regardless of whether. The worst is that they seem to know when you're mad, because if they're eating your food or something, then they run away, right? But if they're not eating your food, they just stare at you. They'll just come to a stop and stare at you. They'll literally just sit there and just be until you move closer to them, they'll stare at you for as long as they like. Sometimes it's until you break eye contact with them. Sometimes they'll just do it until you leave. It's very weird. And it always takes way longer than you'd think. And it's also annoying because it's just in their stupid, I know in their stupid little animal minds, they're he probably hasn't noticed me. He has no idea I'm here right now. I'm invisible right now. He has no clue. He has no clue. It's no, I see you. And if I had any sort of projectile weapon, I would tear you into little chunks right now. You'd get turned into mincemeat in half a second. It's so annoying. It's unbelievably annoying is what it is. So it's basically impossible. It's just the small creatures are, oddly enough, the most difficult to kill, which is unbelievably annoying. And, for the longest time, I always saw a scarecrow as just a whimsical, farmer thing, It's a classic farmer field object. It's funny. It scares the crows, stupid crows. It's just, you don't think about stuff when you haven't experienced this. But now, I know the truth. The scarecrow exists as a sort of scar, just a horrific boil on the reality of life. The scarecrow exists because it's so just absolutely annoying to scare these stupid crows. They eat all of your crops. So what do? You put up a guy that's made out of freaking straw that looks just close enough to you. And yeah, it scares the stupid birds away. And that's the only way to keep them away. And it's just like, it's so infuriating because you just know, like, it probably doesn't work the vast majority of the time. Like, it probably works just enough to be worthwhile, you know? And it's just like, God, like, these miserable, rotten bastards. I hate them. I hate them so fucking much. So yeah, I mean, and it also just makes you upset because it makes you realize how stupid what you're dealing with really is. These animals are idiots, complete idiots. That, like, they have no idea what they're fucking looking at. Okay, it could be a giant thing of straw, it could be a person, it could be a boulder. I don't know. How do they not even get scared of just like everyday objects? I don't know. It's so annoying. They're so stupid, and yet they're just smart enough to run away from me before I turn them into paste. You know, it makes bugs look like the greatest thing ever in comparison. Bugs are too stupid to leave. You just smush them. So yeah, it's horrific. It truly is. And to think that I was like, oh, a bunny, how cute, or oh, a deer, how cute. How wrong I was. How truly wrong I was. The only one that we got right was rats. Nobody likes rats. Even mice, though, we're like, oh, mice? Mouse? Little mouse. So cute. No, they're evil. They're so evil. They destroy countless objects. They must be exterminated. They are truly evil. If only Chairman Mao would have... I mean, can I just say for a second, what a fucking retard. Mao, what are you doing? The sparrow? Are you serious? On the same list, he had, I think it was fleas, mice, I want to say mosquitoes, but I'm not sure. And then he put bed bugs later, once the sparrow was removed from the list. How did the sparrow make the list before bed bugs? What the fuck? And also, like, we've all experienced the planet Earth, okay? We all know what's going down. If something's easy to do, it's probably not worth doing. So the moment that you try to start killing the sparrows and you're like, wow, this is actually pretty easy, alarm bells should have been ringing in your head like, maybe this isn't that great of a pest that we're dealing with. Like, maybe what we're doing is retarded. Maybe. Just maybe. It's unbelievable. So, yeah. Pretty stupid. How did he... Like, what are you doing? And just because, what, they eat, like, a small amount of grain? Who cares? We hate Mao. We hate Mao so much. What a stupid haircut. Dr. Phil did it better. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, okay, so we're all familiar with bugs biting. It's like, the classic term, a bug bite, right? But you know what they don't tell you? Animals will bite you too. If they get close enough... God, I'm just trying to, like, itch this part, but it's, like, in all of my winter clothes, so it's so hard to get to it. But, yeah, but animals will bite too. They will. I always remember people having, like, rabbits as pets. I never, like, personally saw that, but, like, I guess I saw it in movies or heard about it. And I remember being like, oh, that's cool, like, a rabbit that you can pet or whatever. No, you can't. They bite you. They hate you. They're terrible. They're awful. Same thing with any rodent, like hamsters or whatever. You can't really pet a hamster. I'm sure somebody will be like, oh yeah, I could pet my hamster. They're unpredictable though. Like, and it's just, why do you have it as a pet? I don't understand. Just call it what it is. Call it like a war trophy or something. You're just taunting it. I wish we could just get together and be like, we are containing these vile creatures within prison cells basically to make fun of them. And then I would be like, okay, that makes sense. But that's not what it is at all. People are treating them like they're a dog or a cat or something. That's not what they are. They don't help us in any way. I guess you could have them have sex with each other and then you could eat them. That's how you know an animal is just about the fucking worst, when the only thing that you can do is just have them reproduce and then kill them. Like, that's pretty bottom of the barrel. They're just like such a pest that all they can do is just reproduce. And then you kill them and eat them. So yeah, why do we have them as pets? Pretty stupid. Why would you keep something as a pet that would just as easily bite you as it would the food that you're giving it? It's so stupid. I think that they're so stupid that they're just thinking, like, can I eat this? Like, because, we look at another creature and we're like, fascinating, another creature. They look at us and they're like, they're the only thing behind their eyes is the word food, ? That's the only thing that's there. They just bite you. I don't even think it's malicious. I think they're just like, can I eat you? Do you make me less hungry? It's so stupid. I hate them. I hate them so much. If it isn't blatantly obvious, I truly despise them. They are less than us. But yeah. And then the forbidden topic, the thing that everybody's familiar with, no matter how much contempt or lack thereof of other not so sentient life that you have, and that is big predators, or just, I guess, predators in general, basically. Predators are also, bizarrely, very much so interested in the little scraps of food that you have. It just depends, different food will attract different creatures of the darkness. But the problem is that, it really doesn't matter, because if you have, like, let's say, for example, you're looking to snack on some dried cranberries. You want a little bit of sweetness, but you also want a little bit of preservedness. If that's even a word, preservedness. So, you opt for a dried cranberry, an excellent choice. And you're thinking, we're not going to get any, predators coming to eat my cranberries. But what you do get is you get, rabbits coming to eat your cranberries, right? And then you get predators coming to eat the rabbits that are eating your cranberries. So it really doesn't matter. And if you want to skip the middleman and just have, some sort of meat or something, like some lunch meat or something, then, some stupid rodent, I'm sure, will start eating it and bust it open so it gets all stanky and meat smelly. And then, the predator will come anyway. So, there's no point. I also hate, this is an entire separate video. There's another guy that's made a video on it, but this constant illusion of calling, certain animals herbivores, that is complete bullshit. Any animal will eat flesh. That's just the reality. The only difference is whether they're a predator or prey, which just means, do they actively try to kill other things, or do they usually flee? But that's really stupid, because most things are a mixture of both. For example, I would happily kill a rabbit, but if I saw a black bear or a brown bear, I would probably, depending on the type of day I'm having, I'd probably be like, fuck that. Would you call me prey just because, I flee from the brown bear? That's pretty stupid. I'm sure rabbits eat insects and stuff. Does that make them predators? What? Where's the line? Surprise, surprise. You will eat basically anything that you can, and you'll run from anything that you think can eat you. We're always trying to rush to categorize things. you're a predator and you're prey, which is just so stupid. It's really quite dumb. There's no hard lines like that. It's everything's somewhere in the gray zone, somewhere in the middle. It's just the reality of life. If you try and give an answer that is on one polar opposite or the other, you will invariably be wrong. Like, for example, the political spectrum, if you were like, well, let's just go to one of the polar opposites and see how they work. The polar opposites are communism and then anarchy on the other side. I don't think either of which are very effective. But it's me in post right now, and I just wanted to say that I had to cut out some of the garbage, some of the filth, if you will. There was like 4 minutes of, I mean, okay, we all know that I ramble. That's all this is. It's just, as one of my ever loyal viewers put it in one of the comments, a stream of consciousness, which is definitely what this is. But it was bad, okay? It was pretty bad. That's how you know it was actually some vile shit, okay? So yeah, we had to cut it out. We had to shear it off of the old final product there. But the rest of this stuff's good. I swear. And just to clarify, the reason I cut it out isn't because of anything besides it had absolutely nothing to do with the video. And it was just rambling. And it wasn't really, I mean, there was a little bit of funny stuff. I mean, you know, because I'm just such a funny guy. But other than that, it was just, like, it's not because I said something deplorable or something. I mean, anybody that watched the video, I mean, nobody watched the video, but if you watched the video on, I think it was called, Any Experience is Hell Without a Friend or something like that, and in the title it says, ignore the rape hypotheticals, please. I didn't cut it out, because I thought it was funny, so, yeah, it wasn't like deplorable shit, okay? I promise. If it's deplorable and I think it's even moderately entertaining, I'll keep it in. But this was just, it had nothing to do with the topic of the video. And, I mean, listen, if I'm talking for 4 minutes straight and it has nothing to do with the topic of the video, it's gotta get axed, it's gotta get cut out. It's garbage, okay? Get rid of it. That guy looks like such a fucking, he just looks so weird with that red backpack on. So you're like, that's fine to keep that in there, but if I do it for 4 minutes straight, it's gotta go, okay? Fuck, turn it off. Turn it off! So, there's only one realistic way to deal with this, though, if you're solo. You know, if you're on your own. And that is spending the few little bits of chump change that you still got rubbing between your fingers on just like literal animal traps and improvements to your security. Like, you know, just stuff that can bolster the perimeter to your camp. And it feels really stupid. It feels so stupid. Like, I don't want to waste money combating an animal that's getting into my camp. It almost just makes you want to just ignore it entirely. And that's basically what I've done completely and utterly up to this point. Like, I'm basically just making this video out of pure contempt. Because, like, I've just ignored it so far. But it's very annoying. Like, it is significantly annoying. So, yeah, I'm gonna feel like a total idiot when I have to go out and buy, like, a metal animal trap to catch, like, what is probably very much so one rabbit that is pissing me off. I mean, I've dealt with this before, back in Sioux Falls when there were mice everywhere. I hated those things so much. They were bad, but I don't know. It was like there's never you don't like. I don't know how to put this without it sounding retarded, but I guess there isn't a way. So I'll just say it. There's no point in which you have to actually deal with the problem. If you have a way of getting food, then you have a way of getting more food, right? So, like, you don't actually have to do something to kill the animal or get rid of it. You could just let it continue eating your stuff and just continue implementing half measures. And that's basically what I've constantly done. And it's really annoying. I don't want to spend $30 or I don't even know how much this stuff costs. I don't want to spend $30 on a trap. Okay? I think maybe I might invest in mouse traps. I would be so mad though if this rabbit doesn't get like I don't need the mouse trap to kill the rabbit. I just needed to brutally maim the rabbit so that it screws off. You know what I mean? So there's a fine line to it. I don't. It's not. I just want to cause the rabbit a fraction of the pain that has been caused to me. But honestly, I just want it to leave. Like if I could just get it to leave, that would be ideal. But I have a dry throat. Okay, cut me some slack. Fuck. People probably didn't even notice that. They probably didn't even notice. I've watched other people's videos. They have a voice crack, and I didn't even notice. And then they say like, oh, or what's it called? They do the or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck? Did you have a voice crack or something? And I rewind and I'm like, oh, I did. All right. I don't know. It's not nearly as damning as you'd imagine it being. It's just truly it is a slight nuisance. And basically nothing else. But, yeah. So, it's just annoying because you don't want to go out and spend a ton of money on this crap. And I mean, I don't think buying giant coils of barbed wire would be the best business expense that I could possibly have. I mean, if the schizo allegations weren't landing beforehand, I think they would definitely be landing once I go out and buy 20 pounds of barbed wire to keep out the rabbits, the rodents. It just reminds me that nobody's going to have any idea what I'm referencing because nobody watches Beef Lord's videos, but I guess they might now because I just said his name. I don't know, but it just reminds me of the stupid '07 Ace clip, and nobody even knows who '07 Ace is. I don't know. It's from that one video. If you want me to link it, comment down below. But it's just the fucking Riddler impression where he's just like, they're like little rats. Gotta stamp them out. Drive them out. That's exactly how insane I will be seeming if I go and buy 20 pounds of barbed wire to keep out the fucking rats, okay? I don't know. It feels insane and it feels stupid. I don't want to spend money on getting rid of a stupid little creature, okay? I just want it to curl up and die. That's what I want. So, the logical option then, if you don't want to spend money on, expensive traps, the only other logical option is to actively seek out and kill whatever animal it is that's causing you a nuisance, right? It's probably the first thing that you'd think. It's like, well, something's causing me an issue. It's the reaction that you have probably because you're used to dealing with bugs. You know what I mean? I'm so used to dealing with bugs, I'm like, oh, a bug is being a problem? Well, I guess I'll just kill it, right? Pretty simple. but I can't. It's so annoying. So the problem is that if you actively start hunting this creature, right? Number one, it's probably going to be pretty much impossible. And that is because you're never going to kill the thing that you specifically want to kill. Like, unless you literally sit there for hours just waiting for the thing to come to exactly where you know it's going to go, and then have a perfect plan for killing it that isn't just, I grab it with my fucking hands and strangle it to death. Um, yeah, it's probably just not going to work. And, realistically, at best, you're going to kill something that you're not trying to kill. And at worst, you're not even going to kill anything, and you're just going to be a fucking schizomaniac. Ugh. So the only way to realistically kill these things would be to get a ranged weapon to kill them, right? That being said, though, unless you just want to run these things down, but you're not meant to run down something like a rabbit, okay? It escapes through the underbrush. You would need multiple people, okay, to like surround it and stuff. So, like, if you want to run something down, you're going to have to run a deer down, or like a boar or something, right? But yeah, so I don't want to spend money on a ranged weapon that can't. This is going to sound like the most schizomaniac thing I've ever said, but why would you buy a ranged weapon if that ranged weapon is incapable of killing a person? Like, I'm not going to carry around a pellet gun if it can't kill somebody. I'm just saying. Like, what's the point in spending money on any sort of weapon, like an expensive weapon, if it can't kill somebody? Because there's more threats in this world than wildlife, obviously, right? So, yeah, I don't know. The problem is that, you save up, and that means that you don't get the half measure, you know what I mean? You don't get the middle ground, right? I guess in theory, if you were really pissed, you could like go to Walmart, buy a pellet or a BB gun, you come out, shoot as many fucking animals as you can for like 4 days, and then just fucking go and return it like a fucking maniac. It'd be hilarious. It would be pretty fucking funny. I don't know. It would be hilarious. If you do that, you're based. That's all I'm gonna say. If your reaction is just like, I know I'm not gonna kill it, but I want to kill something, and you just go, basically rent a BB gun, but for $0, and then just start absolutely blasting. I wonder how cheap a secondhand dog shit BB gun would be off eBay. Probably like, I don't know, maybe I'm just totally blowing smoke right now, but I think you'd even be able to get one for like $30. Because, like, what's the practical purpose or use for a BB gun? And they seem to sell them everywhere. So, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. It would certainly, even the slightest ranged weapon, it just drastically increases your, like, power factor. That's an interesting question. Which one is more intimidating? Imagine you're like a brown bear. Which one's more intimidating? A guy with a knife or a guy with a pellet gun? Which, I mean, it depends on what environment you're in. Because, like, snowy stuff, like, I'd be like, oh, I would take the guy with the pellet gun every day. I'd just run him down, you know what I mean? But summertime, dude, if that guy with the pellet gun knows what he's doing, and he like weaves through the brush like well enough, you might be absolutely. You might get literally fucking demolished by that guy somehow. Like, he might shoot your fucking eyes out and then just. I mean, how much ammo does he have? Pellets are. You could carry easily a couple hundred rounds on you in pellets, and you wouldn't even break a sweat. You wouldn't even feel it. You could just keep blasting you until you just turn to dust. I don't know, until you're more metal than man. It cakes you with little pellets. Okay, I'm so off topic. The video. I don't know about that video. I'll have to listen to it. I don't even know why I'm saying that. I know I'm probably going to upload this. I took the effort to record it. I don't know. If there's like even 2 moments that make me laugh in the entire recording, we'll upload it. Um, yeah. I don't know. Press the red button and press the type something in the fun zone down below. Yeah. Fund my anti-rodent campaign. Thank you.